Hello and welcome to the virtual orientation for the Embrace Winter Run. This race has been going on since 2008. It's an official Winterlude event. Every year it's really fun because we get to see people from all over the world who fly in to do this very Canadian, very unique event. There's not a lot of places that you can do a marathon, let alone a Boston qualifying marathon, let alone a Boston qualifying marathon in a capital city, in the coldest capital city in the world during the coldest time of the year. So kudos to you if you've done it in the past, but thank you for signing up this year. We can't wait to see you again. There's a lot to get through in this orientation, so we'll kind of hop to it. We'll go chronologically, which is logical, starting with pre-race, talking about everything before the race starts, then we'll talk about the run itself, and then the best part, if I can be so bold and say the post-race. So pre-race, my number one piece of advice is if you can swing it, pick up your race bib the day before the race. You can always pick it up on race day if you have to, but there's so much going on race day that picking up your bib the day before has a couple of benefits, which I'll get to in a second, but it also frees up your race morning, and it's so much nicer of a race day experience when you don't have to worry about your bib and timing chip. So we're going to be at Sports 4 at their Woodruff location in College Square. There's two Sports 4s in Ottawa, one in the Glebe and one in College Square. We're going to be at College Square from 1 to 4 p.m. You can come there, talk to our team, ask any questions you have, go through the race day motions in your head or out loud with us. Make sure you're ready for the day and even stock up on anything at Sports 4. They're a wonderful locally owned running store that's, must be in their 40th or 50th year now. So quite a history with Sports 4 and Somersault in the running community. So thanks to them for hosting us. And as an added bonus, if you do show up the day before, you'll get a $15 gift card if you donate an old pair of shoes. If you got some old shoes with a bit of life in them, donate them to Sports 4. They'll find a new home for them. They got a couple of great causes that they work with, and you get to save some money on your next purchase at Sports 4. If you do wait till the race day, you can pick up your bib starting at 9 a.m. inside the War Museum. So if you go inside the War Museum, there'll be a Somersault station set up inside of the Barney Dancing Theater. Your timing chip will be attached to your bib, so if you're familiar with our triathlons, don't worry about trying to find your timing chip. It's built into the bib itself, so that's pretty easy. You can park at the War Museum if you're going to choose to park. As we always say, it's best to plan ahead, carpool, use active transport, public transit, whatever you can do to keep cars off the road is kind of a win for us, and it helps ease on the parking strain at the War Museum. But we'll be set up there starting at 7 a.m. We look forward to seeing you there. If you haven't picked up your bib, you'll go inside and get that. Otherwise, if you already have your bib, you can go straight to the finish line. Don't be shy to go straight there. We say to get there about an hour before the race. That 1 hour doesn't sound like, it sounds like a lot of time, but the hour flies by once you find parking, get your bib or not, get warmed up, get to the start line. And if you are picking up your bib, the War Museum and the start line are about 400 meters apart or so a bit of a walk there to do. Make sure you plan ahead and get there an hour before your start time. So if we're open at 7 a.m., but you're not racing until 9 a.m., no need to get there that early. You can get there around 8 a.m. And if any spots are still available, we'll have late registration available. So just to give you a bit of a visual cue, when you pull in, there'll be some traffic calming here with the police officer. It'll say local traffic only, but you pull through, say, hey, I'm here for the race. You come on through, turn onto Vimy Place, and you park at the War Museum. You'll park here, get your bib inside the museum, and then walk or run or jog down to the start line, which is right over here. You can't miss all this. There's all these big purple banners with Somersault all over it. Will be very easy to spot, but parking is in here along with the bib pickup, and we'll be right over here. Now the run itself, pretty straightforward. The start line is the finish line, and in between is all the turn points. So I'll go in kind of a, not chronological, but I'll go in order of distance. So for the 1K, for the kids, pretty simple. You start here, you run half a K, you run back half a K. For the 3K, you run down for 1.5K, you run back for 1.5K. For the 5K, same thing, you go out and back. For the 10K, the half marathon and the marathon, you do loops up on the course. So this first section of road is kind of a nice big uphill. So you're starting with the hardest part, But once you get up the hill, you go all the way to your turn point, whether it be the 10K, the half, or the full, and you do your loops up here. So you don't actually go back down the hill until the very finish line. So you see it says here, turn around if doing more laps is right here. So you'll go up. Let's say you're doing the 10K. You go all the way up to the 10K, come back, you get to a sign here, it says, oh, more loops. You go back, and you're done. So just make sure you know the number of laps that you're doing. We'll have some volunteers on course. We'll have some cyclists roaming the course. But it's incredibly important that you know how many you're supposed to do and where they are. Now, my favorite part, post-race. When you finish the race, the hard part's done, time to celebrate. You can talk to your competitors, talk to our staff. You can high-five everybody in sight and brag it to all your friends about doing the 2025 Embrace Winter Run. We'll have some non-alcoholic beer and some hot drinks as well. We'll have snacks at the finish line. We'll do a small award ceremony inside the Barney Dancing Theater where you can get up on the podium, take some photos and all that. But if you feel so inclined, we'll be doing brunch at Mill Street Brew Pub. It's just down the street, about 650 meters or so. If you show your bib, you get 20% off your bill. One, it's a great deal, but two, it's a great environment there to see when you walk in, just all the different colored running clothing and all the athletes there with their medals around their neck and whatnot. We're going to kind of take over the place a little bit. We hope to see you there. I know our race crew will be there. A lot of our volunteers are going, so hopefully a lot of you, the participants, are going as well. If you do plan on going, just send us an email and let us know that you're going and how many people you plan to bring with you and what time you think you'll be there. There's no commitment, but by being able to give Mill Street a rough number of how many people will be there and what times they're going to be there at, they'll be able to staff accordingly. So again, if you say, hey, I'll be there with 4 people at 7 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, let's say noon. There's no commitment. If the group changes, or if you can't make it at all, or if you didn't say you can come and then now you can come, that's fine too. But if you happen to know, it'd be great if you could tell us. Last 2 bits of bookkeeping here or administrative work. The timing results are online at sportstats.ca as soon as you cross the finish line, and we'll email you the photos right after the race. It usually takes about 48 hours to get them all live. We post them at our website. It's photos.somersault.ca. But you can go online a few days after the race and see all your photos. So just to go over Mill Street again, here's the museum. You walk down Vimy, down Wellington, and it's right over here. Nice, easy walk. We hope to see you there. We're usually on the 2nd floor, but in years past, they've moved us around. So when you walk in, just say, hey, I'm here from the race, and show them your bib so they know it's legit. You get a nice little discount, and everyone's invited. Bring your friends, bring your family. We can't wait to see you at the brewery. And that's it for me. If you have any questions, let me know. It's adam@somersault.ca. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you at the start line in February, or ideally at Sports 4 in College Square the day before for bib pickup. Thanks, and we'll see you then.